I came up off the bone thugs, crazy, lazy, busy, rich flesh in the flesh. RPD, yeah, I came up off the bone thugs, crazy.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Crime Wave. Christ really is moving everywhere because he really is. This is a Christian channel. You know what I mean? If you don't like it, you can leave. But hopefully you stay. And hopefully you get touched by Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he reaches you. But today, I'm just gonna do a different video. It's not gonna be about. Well, it's gonna be about music, but it ain't. So, but it still will be about Jesus, always. But yeah, before we get started, like and subscribe to this channel. Click the bell for notifications. Check out GI Wonder. I will have that description in the link. Check out my new project 93, where you can pre-save it now. It'll be out for the New Year's 2022 coming out. That description will also be in the link. Also, check out my creams. That description will be in the link. And yeah, man. So last night, what happened at the Verzuz, as you can see here, and I wanted to bring this up, because we have a song with Bizzy Bone, and we have a great respect for Bizzy Bone and just what he's accomplished as an artist. And first of all, I want to say, Bizzy Bone is, in our experience, he's a good dude. You know what I mean? Like, he's a family man. He has his own YouTube channel. It's called Jam TV. Get a listen and check that out. What is that saying? But yeah, so I mean, he's a family guy. He's a good guy, but just like anybody else, he has his flaws. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? He's just a little backstory for those who don't know. He's a street guy. He grew up in the streets. You know what I mean? He came up in Cleveland, Ohio with the rest of Bone Thugs and Harmony. And, they just dudes from the street. And, things get said and things get out of hand. But in our experience, and from a biblical standpoint, with grace, where sin is, grace is sin. Where sin is, grace abounds more. You know what I mean? But the situation got the best of him. And two, I'm gonna show where him and 3-6 Mafia, or Juicy J, actually made up, and they were cool after that, and everything was good. So let's just get right into this, and then we'll discuss it later after you watch the clip. So if this is, I want to make this a family channel, family friendly. But if you have kids, put them in the other room and tell them you love them, because they do exchange a couple words here, and it gets heated. And yeah, so just a fair warning, you know what I mean, a disclaimer, if you will. So let's check it out.
Hey, before we even get started, you ugly motherfuckers ain't finna be mocking me while I'm on motherfucking stage. Like, straight the fuck up.
Nigga, suck my dick.
And gangsta boo.
Suck my dick. Me. What the fuck?
You a hater. Bizzy Bone, you a hater. You mustn't take your pills. You weirdo ass nigga. Fuck wrong with you, bitch ass nigga.
Bizzy Bone a hater. Sissy ass nigga, what the fuck wrong with you?
Why y'all do this shit, man?
I didn't know they were losing.
Hey, Bizzy Bone gonna ruin y'all career. Y'all better without him. Fuck him. He ain't take his pills. Boo Bizzy Bone, y'all. He fucked up the show.
That's why the nigga ain't been in the group.
No,
like
we gonna
2
get
years.
this together.
Damn, we supposed to go.
We gonna get this together. Shout out to Lazy Bone, man. Lazy Bone, we met him in person, and he's He's definitely like that. He's another real guy as well. Like he's very non-confrontational, and that's why I think a lot of times they viewed him as like the leader of the group, because he would do a lot of the speaking for them as far as like getting deals and stuff, and just he's kind of was that mediator guy. And of course, in the younger years you may have had some stuff, but nonetheless, shout out to Lazy Bone for just being kind of like we're gonna chill out. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how you do it. So, as you can see, Bizzy Bone took offense. So what had happened was they were performing Buddha Levels. You may have heard of that from East 99 album. But yeah, they're performing, and Bizzy, he like when he stopped, he was like, you're not gonna be mocking me, and I guess Crunchy Black or maybe Gangsta Boo or somebody was kind of like just mocking him while he was performing, because it's a verses or whatever. But I was just paying attention to them performing. It could have been something else, but nonetheless, Bizzy Bone took that to heart, and he got offended and he got mad, and the Bible says be slow to anger. And as a Christian, and not to say that Bizzy Bone isn't, because Bizzy Bone also, he proclaims Jesus, but just like everybody else, we have our flaws. But just from the way I would have handled it, the way he handled it, I wouldn't have handled it. Not so much. Doesn't make me better than him? No, not by any means. Because for one, the Bible also says, "And all you're getting, get understanding." And I think, and that's Proverbs. I believe I want to say it's Proverbs. No, it is Proverbs, I believe, but it's not. As a matter of fact, let's look it up. Let's open it. We have some accurate stuff here. You know what I mean? Yes, Proverbs 4:7. And all you're getting, get understanding. And I think a lot of times what happens is, I believe this can be applied to when it comes to understanding people, and I think it should be more so when you're understanding people, like understanding where Bizzy came from, understanding his background, understanding why he would do a thing like this on this huge platform. And I think it's important to understand he's a guy from the street. He's been through some things in life, and he puts a lot of stock in his art. And when it comes to just like laying it all out on the line, he's really passionate about his art, and that's what makes him a great artist. Regardless if you're a Christian or not, you have to respect the man on just being a passionate artist, pushing through the years. If you know backstory on Bizzy, he's had some down years, some years where things wasn't so well. He's been out of the group from Bone. You know what I mean? It's just like, I can understand that frustration, but in that understanding does not warrant, the right to do certain things, but we can understand nonetheless. Now, I'm not gonna say I would have reacted that way, but again, I understand it, and I'm not deeming it right. I'm not saying it's not wrong. I mean, it's not right. I'm not saying it's not wrong, but in the same too, we have to look at both sides. Like, if you understand street culture, when Juicy J made that comment, let's just abbreviate it, the SMD comment, that is looked at. It's kind of like in street culture it's like almost like if someone's a snitch, like you're a problem now if you're a snitch. Like, we don't like you at all in street culture. Not saying that's right either, but in street culture, like I said, all you get to get understanding. Meet people where they're at. And when he made that comment, that sparked something. Like, don't. And because I was just watching Bizzy Bone's live, and like I said, Bizzy Bone's a good dude. Like, it's a couple times he's actually shouted out G.I. Wonder on his live, and that's why I just commend Bizzy. I got a big, huge respect for Bizzy. But nonetheless, that comment is a no-no in street culture. Like, when you say that, it's like, yo, you gotta be ready to fight or ready to kill. Like, seriously. So it's just like, yo, it's like, I understand why it went the way it went. Now, I'm not saying it was right, by any means, because, you know, the Bible says also to be slow to anger, because, you know, that's a God quality. That's a God-like characteristic, and that's a good quality. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, yo, like, if you kind of zoom out, it's just like you can see the bigger picture. Like, what am I really doing this for? But again, I respect Bizzy's showmanship. I respect Bizzy's art. I respect Bizzy's, you know, just work. I mean, just work ethic, period. I mean, the guy's one of the, to me personally, he's a musical genius. You know what I'm saying? But again, you know, that street side kicks in sometime, and you got to kind of unlearn some things, and you know, it got the best of him. But nonetheless, let's show the positive thing, because I hate when the media blows it all out of proportion and just like, yeah, this and that. Like, let's show when they actually made up.
I want to apologize to everybody the fuck out there on both sides.
And again, it has some explicit content, so if you have kids are watching, put them in another room, tell them you love them, close their ears.
I'm not trying to fuck this shit up. Pardon me. Let's keep the party motherfucking going.
That's real, man. Okay, hold up.
Yeah, so, and after that, now listen, use wisdom. And I'm going to tell you something, but after this scene, I have to believe Bands Will Make Her Dance start playing, and everybody knows, if you know that song, that's a stripper song. And they had a stripper come out on stage, and she was like pretty much naked. She wasn't like naked, but she was naked. And you know, when it came on, I literally like turned around and looked at my wife. I picked up my phone, and I was with the guys with G.I. Wonder, and I kind of, you know, just like pay attention to them, because I mean, I've dealt with lust in the past, and just as like, if you're watching, or if you plan on watching Verzuz and you haven't seen it yet, and you know you're a follower of Christ, man, protect your eyes, man. Protect your eyes, because yeah, it really, you know, it doesn't edify in any shape or form. I know we're like, why are you watching if you're a Christian? Like, listen, I know my limits, and I know what I should be watching. So that's why I tuned out, and I was watching it for the guys that I have respect for, which is a good quality. So all you religious people, relax, all right? But nonetheless, lust is always bad, and you know, anything in that realm should always be avoided. So protect your eyes and your ear gates. But right back to it. So as you can see, Bizzy and Juicy J made up, and I commend that. I commend Bizzy for that. You know, things got out of hand. He even went on IG, I believe, and he was just like, yo, I was tripping. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he wanted to apologize and stuff like that. And, you know, he even said he didn't feel like he was wrong in it, which I don't 100% agree, but it's not up to me to feel that way. But if he were to ask me for advice for some reason, like, why would he ask me for advice? But I would be like, you know, you ain't had to do that. But, you know, that's his story. That's where he come from. And we got to respect people's story and be willing to correct, but also understand. But yeah, man, like I said, I'm just glad, you know, it didn't go crazy like it was, because it's been a couple times, man, or at least during the Verzuz with Gucci and Young Jeezy, man, like that was a really real beef. Like those guys really could have, it could have went left, because you know people died during the course of that beef. But I'm glad, you know, cooler heads prevailed. Now, just to talk about the Verzuz itself, I love Bone. I don't think they won this, quote unquote. I think the entirety, everybody won. I mean, it was great. At the end, they played Crossroads, and they just commemorated a lot of people who we lost. But at the end of the day, I really feel like, you know, because it's kind of odd, I guess, to put those two. Like now that I see it in like real time, where I saw it in real time, I think it was kind of odd to put those groups against each other. Like it was, but it wasn't. Or it's just at least the set list. But Bone had, like, the hits that Bone had were, a lot of them were slower paced songs, and they were very like outside of the club songs. You know what I mean? Like in a Verzuz setting, it's not necessarily a club, but it is not necessarily a concert. It's more of a concert, but it does have a club element to it, I guess you would say. And the hits that 3 6 Mafia had played well, you know what I'm saying, to that. Like they catered to that well as far as their hits, and it was just, for me, it was about landslide. The people they brought out Lil Wayne, and I'm like, yo. And of course they had some other songs on there that wasn't, you know, I don't necessarily listen to them, and I think it would be wise as a Christian to not listen to them like that, because they do have some stuff, just like Bone has some stuff that, you know, but nonetheless, you know, they're the two iconic groups in the culture of hip hop. But yeah, I feel like, you know, as much as I hate to admit it, I feel like 3 6 won, quote unquote. But yeah, man, it was a great Verzuz nonetheless. And yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk about how, you know, just like to, I don't know, I guess just to see, like, to actually work with Bizzy, and then, you know what I mean, you know, and like to see him on stage, and, you know, in his element, he's doing his thing, you know, for something like this to happen. It's just, you know, it's just like crazy to see, but nonetheless, cooler heads prevailed. Everything was good. But again, I think, you know, I wouldn't have handled it like that, but it went the way it went. Just as a wisdom tip though, be slow to anger. You know, the Bible is always right. I mean, that's just the way I look at it. It has ultimate authority when it's understood in proper context and led by the Holy Spirit. So I think, yeah, like, yo, be slow to anger, man. But thank God Bizzy kind of recentered himself, because, you know, Bizzy mentions Jesus a lot, and, you know, I don't, you know, it's like everybody, I don't think all the time he gets it right, but, you know, there's grace for mistakes and there's room for correction. So let's not throw him away if we plan to. I've seen some people, you know, I can't support Bizzy anymore, and this and that, and it's like, I understand, but no, like fam, like, if you look at it from a human standpoint, how many people in your life do you support that has got it wrong? Like me, for instance, like my brother would correct me if I was in this situation, like, because I've been like that hot-headed type, and it's been some times where I've not done the most wise thing, and my brother like, yo, you, like, just chill out, you know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day too, he didn't just get rid of me. Like, he understood why. So it's, you know what I mean? And it's just like knowing my heart, because like I said, Bizzy seems like a genuine guy, family man, you know what I'm saying? He's about his bread, like, he's definitely about his bread. We learned that working with him. But that's a good thing, you know what I mean? The guy's been doing this for a long time. He's had kids at a young age, and it's just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to make room for your family. You know what I'm saying? And just create a legacy But nonetheless, man, it was a great Verzuz. If you can learn something from that, I think it would be, be slow to anger. And, forgiveness is a great thing because we all need forgiveness. We all need grace. I mean, that's just what it is. So we got to be willing to give that to people like we want to receive it because, yeah, man. I this is a sidebar, but on one video I looked cross-eyed on here because I think I was staring at something, maybe staring at the mic or whatever, the camera, and it's just weird, and I was just like, yo, what is going on? But anyway, we need grace, we need forgiveness, and we need to be able to extend that grace and extend that forgiveness just like we want to receive it. I mean, because it is important. Sometimes things get the best of us, especially when we have these different situations. You know what I'm saying? And coming from these, environments such as like the hood, the hood, they grew up in, the battered side or the worst side of Cleveland, you know what I mean? Killing and robbing and such, and it kind of happens. And even Bizzy mentions this in the verse he had done for us. He was like, growing up without our fathers, we was all hurting, and that does take a toll. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yo, and like, not to say that was directly that happened last night, but it plays a part. Like your childhood affects how you grow up, so it's important, to talk things out, get therapy, whatever need be. And not saying that Bizzy, you're like, oh, he's a nut kid. And I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it in general. But nonetheless, it's just like, man, it was a great show, man. It was a great show. It was good to see the guys coming out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Like, soon enough, we'll have. I'll have this behind the scenes on the song that we actually done with Bizzy, and or in for Bizzy actually. It's a tribute to Bone Thugs and Harmony off our G.I. Wonder's Trinity album. But yeah, man, y'all stay safe out there. Much respect, big ups to both sides, both groups, and I'll see you in the next video, man. Y'all have a good one. Crime Wave, signing out.